1, 2. Wakey, wakey, we are back. Welcome. January the 13th, 2025. The BBC is here. And we're riding Zwift. Should have been the mic closer to me. I hope you heard all of that. It's BBC time. Time to ride Zwift. We're just getting warmed up. There's 15 seconds left to go. We are riding Temples and Towers, which is just over 33 kilometers. With I think around about 300 meters of elevation. We're going to chat along the way, talk about all things Zwift, cycling, fun. Let's go! So I've enjoyed the weekend. Hope you've all had a good weekend as well. The weekend is for resting, but Monday I usually start off with a nice zone 2 into zone 3. Get the body and the legs warmed up. Behold for what is ahead. In this week of cycling, this is Zwift, Tour de Zwift, stage 2. We are doing the shorter, but a medium length ride. We did a big one on Thursday. I think there's probably around about 1,000 people online at the moment riding. Yep, just over 1,000, 1,165. People like me, maybe like you, riding at home, in their bedrooms, their pain caves. I call mine the wattage cottage. So if you want to know about this wattage cottage, my Zwift setup, once we get started off into this ride and I'm warmed up, I can tell you about my wattage cottage, my Zwift setup, minimum requirement to get started on Zwift, what you can do to make your journey into online indoor cycling that little bit easier. We're all about sharing tips, and I might also treat you to a few clips of some of the races that I've done in Zwift in the 4 years I've been Zwifting. This is a nice warm-up, so we're not looking to be jetting after the front of the pack. We're going to hopefully find a nice group who's riding at around about the pace I'm riding now. I want to be say between 120 and 170 watts. Nice pace to start the week. So don't forget, I am here streaming live 2 times a week, Monday and Thursday, live at 5. Cycling and chats. Shout outs to anyone who's watching. Just give me a little nudge in the chat. You get a live shout out. You may even feature in one of my cropped videos. And I'm all about collecting questions. So any questions you have about what you can see on screen, anything to do with cycling, getting fit, tech, cycling tech, anything. We're all about sharing here. Keep the vibes positive. Let's go. So I hope my lighting's looking good. I've just built myself a new light box. Shed some more light on the BBC. You can see me clearly. I don't see the sweat dripping down my face as I'm trying to keep up from getting dropped. The second fan has just kicked in. I will talk about my fan setup, how I have those on timers, voice activated. So, what do you need when you first start your Zwift ride? There's about 5 essentials. The first one being your bike and a turbo trainer connected. Third is a towel to mop away that sweat, perspiration, and you want some hydration, some water with a little bit of energy in there, keep you going. And also something to be able to control the app with. So I use the Zwift Companion app on my mobile, and that allows me to give ride-ons. I can press the circle in my screen, there you go, the ride-ons get sent out. and it gives a ride on to the 5 nearest riders to me. It's like a wave, like a thumbs up to the other people who are riding with you. And there you go. The only other thing you need is some energy and a little bit of commitment, especially when the gradient changes like this. It's 4% now. I've got a direct drive turbo trainer, so as the gradient changes, the hill gets steeper, the difficulty on the turbo trainer adjusts, so I can really feel the difference. 5%, 4% now. Got a little bit of climbing to do. This is one of the virtual worlds in Zwift called Neokio. It's like a compound of Neon and Tokyo. So you've got the neon lights that don't just shine bright on Broadway, they also shine bright in Zwiftway. So keep an eye out for some of the features in the background. You've got the Eiffel Tower in the background there. You'll see lots of animals. Feel free to shout them out in the chat when you see them. You get points, kudos points, BBC kudos points. At some point we'll also take a ride through a retro arcade. Yeah, take a close look. You might also see some Zwift bikes and game setups in there. It's just like a virtual cycling inside virtual cycling. It's like Inception. Okay, so we're picking up the pace a bit, or rather getting settled in. You can see the riders will start to separate a bit. I'm looking for a group of riders that I can settle in with and just ride the remaining 30 kilometers at a nice even pace. Endurance. Build that base. Base for the face, London. And here's where you need a towel, look. Woo! Sit here in my riding contemplation, wipe away the sweat, perspiration, cycling through the rooftops. So we've got some climbing coming up. You see the charts just up here. The Rooftop KoM is just under 2 kilometers, average gradient of 2.7. Which means it won't get too steep. You can see there's no reds, just a bit of orange, yellow, blue, so there's breathers in between. So you can use the hill chart map just above us to really gauge what sort of effort the current climb's going to be. Do you have the energy in your legs? Do you need to dig deep? Where can you get some recovery? Recovery is basically blue sections. Orange and yellow, where you're going to be working a little bit. Orange again. A little bit of work, 7%. Ooh. Mate, nice big smooth circles. Okay, my legs will start to feel like treacle then. But we got some blue. Deep breaths. Get some recovery. Little climb. It's only 5%. Yellow into blue. Oh yeah. Let the energy rush over you. The endorphins start flowing. Head off turn, don't stop slowing. People doing some Tai Chi on the rooftop. Re-ride non-stop to the rooftop. Pull the bass, then drop. Yo, start the clock. Ooh. Do some more ride-ons while I'm here. Make them look like the Ready Brett man. Legs are feeling heavy today. Ugh, 7%. There's a dog on the roof there. Let's get my breath. Oh, a bit of a breather, 3%. Feels like 0. Okay, right, bit more orange coming and some more yellow. Then I got some recovery and downhill. Heart rate's at 160. I reckon it'll rise to about 164. Oh, I'm so hot. Right, that's the climb done for now. Gonna get a power up as we go through the arch. Guess what it is? Feather, Aero, Draft or XP. I reckon Feather. Place your bets. There it is. My guess ratio is quite good on this. Look at the views. Taking the sights. This is Zwift 2025. Riding with the BBC, the Black Cyclist. We bring nothing but positivity, inclusivity, and a lot of sweat. Okay, so we got some downhill now. We can get some recovery on the way down. Keep spinning the legs. I'll have a drink of some liquids. If I get to 56 kilometers or higher, and there's a gradient of higher than -3, I will go into Supertuck. See if you can spot the rider change if it enters Supertuck. Here we go. Watch my rider. Okay, so it's not quite dropped in yet. Not tucking. So this should be called How Not to Super Tuck, or How to Not Super Tuck. Fire off this Powerup so I can get a new one. Place your bets. Feather, Aero, Draft or XP. I'm going for Draft. Oh, Feather again. How you doing, Stephen? Oh, okay. No Supertucking. Oh, okay. Thank you for the update. I think I did see someone posted a video about Supertuck changing. So what are the details about Supertuck? Welcome, Stephen. Thank you for joining, by the way. Much appreciated. Stephen King in the house, y'all. My legs are hurting. So right, guys, we are entering Arcadeville. Get your retro game on. To these trucks. It's like a carnival. Swifty Gara. Oh, my legs are burning. Oh, I thought that was a Powerup. So much for zone 2. So right now, I'm feeling really tired in my legs, and I'm wondering where I'm going to get some recovery. But I know that there's still some climbing to go. So I'm going to ease off a bit. I'm not going to worry about sticking with these guys too much. There's a small group of about 5 behind me. So I'm going to drop back and maybe jump on with them. Get some recovery back in my legs. Try and get some consistent speed. Here we go. See what happens here. Are they going too fast for me? So we've done the city, we're heading out into the country now. Through this tunnel, into the woodlands. The terrain will change. I'm on kind of like an all-round bike. Good for racing, climbing, speed, everything. Although you'd probably want to be on a gravel bike on this section here. See, if you're on a road bike, you're going to lose lots of traction. There's a lot more rolling resistance. So you could do a quick change here, jump onto a mountain bike or a gravel bike, but for me I don't really think it's worth it. I'm happy on my Tron. Feels like I'm only just behind those riders in front. I'm ought to be with them, getting some draft, instead of being just behind them and not getting any draft. Hello, doggy. Back onto tarmac. See, wouldn't have been worth changing to a mountain bike just for that little short distance. Right, so trying to recover, get some energy back in my legs. My legs feel dead. Every day's leg day, but I did have a workout both days on the weekends with my legs. Legs feel heavy, so I was just quietly trying to magic some energy, some recovery back into my legs. But I think 19 kilometers, as long as I go at this pace, I should be okay. I might need to stand at some point, get some change in the muscles working. But this is exactly what I always do. I'd like to ride on a Monday, start the week, get the body and the legs warmed up. So this is what I do 5 days a week, in addition to yoga, swimming, and some weights and resistance bands. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, talk about it in the comments, chat amongst each other, anyone who's watching live, post questions for anyone who's watching on repeat. And as a community, we can chat along. I can answer any questions about Zwift, cycling, getting fit and whatnot. And it's a real distraction as I'm mashing out these watts. Getting fit in 2025. Oh, I needed that. Little bit of a pause. Oh, it's like taking a chomp on some spinach. Okay, so here comes the next climb. Doesn't look too taxing. Hardest bit is towards the end. Definitely going to be standing for that bit. Oh, right, 4%, 4.3. Ooh, many bit of recovery. Every little hill is really burning into my muscles at the moment. See all the dogs? Woof, woof. It's been light for a bit. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, my legs. Ah. They are burning. They're not burning because it's a steep hill. They're burning just because they're not fully recovered from the weekend. So this is all gains. Gains, you don't make gains when it's easy, do you? That's why they say no pain, no gain. Okay, some recovery now. Here we go. Deep breaths. Still a bit more climbing to go. This is actually a nice route to race in Zwift. Some more downhill. Oh, look at that. It just gets steeper and steeper. Oh. Will he make it? Will he fall off the bike? We just don't know. But let's find out. Keep watching. Oh. See, I'm looking forward to that blue bit. That's what you want. How long that blue bit is. But how far away? Come on, blue. Come on, you blues. Ah. As a Birmingham City supporter, got to avoid that claret. I'm moaning like a wimp. They call me a wimp. They call me a wimp. They call me a wimp. Yo, got your acting crazy like simps. No light to this. Just swipe right to this. Oh, the black body city. The black British cyclist in the place. Gotta kick up the pace. Oh, no time to be lurking. Kenny's just hurting. I got my drink, I'm slurping. Burping. Let's keep working. Oh. Woo. Anything to make the pain seem like it's not there. Keep climbing. Someone please send me some energy. Woo. The more hills you climb, the easier they go. Easier to get. But you've got to put in the work first. Oh. Tell you what keeps me motivated. Keeps me going in moments like this. The hot bath that I'm going to have afterwards. That's when I can relax and soak. That's what helps me push through. And obviously sips of that water. And a like and subscribe helps as well. Nudge, nudge. Into the castle we go. Whew. Okay, we've done it. Some blue. Yes, see, you get rewarded for your effort. Oh, yes. We've done it, people. Thank you for sticking with. You know what? If it wasn't for you, I don't think I would have made it. All right, bit of recovery. This tune's too funky. Makes you want to like get the heart rate up to about 170, but feet have failed me now. Sweat all over my keyboard. Okay, this feels good. Draft. Feather. It's feathers all day today. That's 3 feathers in a row. After a climb, I usually get a feather. More climbing. Here we go. Ugh. So when do you think will be a good time to use the feather according to this map? If you see an optimal moment, let me know and I'll fire it off. I reckon now's good. Should take me all the way through to the rest of that yellow. 4%. Oh. 5%. Yes, look at that. Nearly perfect. Oh. Legs don't fail me now. Okay, so we passed the halfway stage. That's a comfort at the very least. 43 minutes I've been spinning my legs for. 406 calories according to the Garmin. If you'd like to guess how many total calories I will have burnt on this ride, fire it off in the chat. Bonus BBC kudos points for anyone who gets it smack on or near within 100 calories. So I'm currently on 410 calories, cycling for 44 minutes. Oh, some downhill. Still burn calories downhill. But there is some recovery. Oh yeah. Open up the lungs. Time to adjust your position. Relax the shoulders. Relax the grip. Chest in and up. Taking lots of oxygen. See if my heart rate drops. You can see the heart rate dropped a bit to about 145. So that means I am actually getting some recovery in. Sometimes you can really concentrate and really focus on trying not to exude any more energy than you need to. So you keep your body straight, stop rocking from side to side. Just turn your legs. Nice big smooth circles. Deep breaths. Air is fuel. Helps your fuel to burn. 20 kilometers. Okay, so Temple KoM, so there's another climb. As that chat said, got to earn the downhill first. Gravel bike or mountain bike, it's going to be the choice of bike to be on here. Maybe we will do a change. Let's do an in-game change. If I can just find the cursor. There it is. Come on. Oh, there's all sweat on the keyboard. Oh, it's not supposed to take this long. Right. Right, I'm on the S-Works. Feels better already.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Should have even done a gravel bike rather than this, but see, I'm just gaining on these. I've got better rolling resistance. So it probably is worth changing the bike if you've got this level of distance to go and it's uphill.
It sound right, boys.
So would you swap if you was riding this particular route? You was on a road bike, would you swap as you got to the gravel section? Would you just play through? Let me know in the comments. And what is your choice of bike that you would ride on this particular route?
Sound right, boys.
So that guy's using his coffee break to do the climb for him. Every time you do 1 kilometer, you get some XP, and that's like credits to buy bikes and wheels in game.
It sound right, boy.
Thank you for the like, really appreciate it. Struggling up this hill. Struggling up this hill. Can't even get my words out. 8% gradient. I'm glad I'm on a mountain bike though. I've got better rolling resistance. It will be even harder. 3.6% overall gradient. 2.5 kilometers just uphill across dirt. Forgot that I'd moved the mic then. Whew. If you're wondering why I'm not drafting on someone's wheel, going at this slow pace uphill, 7 kilometers an hour, it's not even worth it. You won't be getting any draft benefit. So you might as well just find a pace that works for you, settle in, get your head down, and just hope it ends before your legs give out. It's hills that make us strong. Come on, dude, you can do it. Breather coming up, and then look, more hill and more steeper hill. We're definitely earning the downhill today. Okay, so we can go flat, get some recovery before that. Little climb coming up ahead. Oh. Oh, feels like it's over already. I want to dig deep. Do what needs to be done. That's got to be the last of the climb. I can rest while I'm sleeping, yeah? Here we go. Don't know where I'm getting this energy from. Here we go. Did it, people? We did it! Oh yeah. So the beauty of suffering up that hill, or any hill, that's where you make the biggest gains, when you're working hard and under pressure. But for every hill you climb, there's a beautiful downhill to enjoy. As we do that, I'm going to turn off the HUD so we can take in some of the scenes. And maybe we get a Supertuck in, maybe we won't, let's see. I'm going to stick with the mountain bike, or maybe I change to gravel. Yeah, let's change to gravel. It's got to start moving first. I'm going down the slope, yeah? Okay, here we go. Right. There it is, the crux. Now I'm on gravel bike to get some decent downhill speed. and because obviously gravel bike is kind of suitable for road, gravel, off-road. When we actually come off the countryside and hit the tarmac again, I won't need to change because I'll be on a bike that's still capable of decent speeds. So I should have probably started off with gravel bike. I remember that for the longer ride. Pick the right bike before you start. Hope you got all of that. I'll say it again, so I've changed to the gravel bike. I won't need to change bike again. I should have really selected the optimal bike at the start of the ride, which is obviously gravel bike or mountain bike, but as we started off on tarmac roads, mountain bike, not really the best rolling resistance on that, but perfect here. So this is the downhill that we earned on the way up. I'll see if it's possible to Supertuck. I think it levels out in a bit though. Ah, just as I speed up. Yes, tuck for a second. We're tucking again for a bit. No, we're not tucking. Right, Supertuck. We finally did it. Banned by the UCI, but embraced by Zwift. Right, back onto the road. We're out of the tuck. So about 8 kilometers left to go. And as I've come off the mountain bike, the gravel bike gives me decent set of tyres, which is also suitable for roads as well, so I'm not going to lose too much distance on people. I'll stop, my pedals need charging. Even though there's no one here to draft, I fired off that Powerup so I can get a new one. Hopefully even XP, but no, it's another draft. I've been going for just over 1 hour, currently on 610 calories burnt. 26.3 kilometers travelled, 300 meters of elevation climbed. We're downhill again, I can Supertuck. as the minus gradient goes to a positive gradient. What else have we done? We've tried Supertuck and failed. We've also learned that the Supertuck no longer activates when you're in the draft. But as long as you're on your own, you can still Supertuck once you're going faster than 56 kilometers an hour and the gradient is greater than -3. Oh, I'm hoping it's downhill all the way. I think it is downhill all the way. If there's anything that you've seen that you don't quite understand, that looks a bit weird, or what is that, feel free to pop a question in the chat at any time. If you're thinking of joining Zwift or any other cycling app, I've got loads of videos that I've been making over the last 4 years. One of those videos is probably what you're looking for. If not one of my videos, there's other people to check out. GCN is a good source. GP Llama, Smart Bike Trainers. Also, General Elost. He's also streaming Tour de Zwift live a few days a week. Check him out. You can also find us streaming on any of the other days over on Twitch. There's a big community of us over there. We even have our own Twitch group and a little network we call it the Twitch Degens. And at some point, or at some time, anywhere in the world, there's at least one of us cycling. We cover probably about 15 or more different countries. And we all do pretty much the same thing. We have a setup similar to what I've got here. Bike connected to a turbo trainer, connected to the Zwift app by computer, MacBook, iPad, even your phone. 1 or 2 cameras connected, a microphone so we can talk to you lovely audience, some music in the background, but the conversation doesn't really work unless you make comments and chat. And that's what we do as we cycle. Sometimes it's just a leisurely recovery ride at zone 2, kind of like the pace I'm going now. Other times it's doing a race. Thursdays is titties, TTT. You thought it was something else. TT, team time trial, Thursday, TTTs. And that's when you can usually find teams of about 4, 5, maybe even 6 in their own little personal peloton, taking on the headwind drafts, trying to get as much watts out of their ride as possible, chasing down the other team to finish first as a team. The first 3 bikes over the line, or the third wheel over the line, is what gives you your overall time. Individual races, crit races, they're like short races, usually in like towns, maybe 2 to 5 kilometers long races, sometimes even shorter. Lots of laps, fast paced. Other Zwift races like hill races, long distance, short distance, 6 laps, 10 laps, 12 laps. Crit City is one of the good races. So I will show you a race during 2025. We've got to prepare for the race first, so we have to stop moaning on 6% gradients. Can't be feeling any leg burns. So we've got to build up this endurance, get more of this zone 2, zone 3 recovery endurance, so we can take on a race and go for podium. Do it for the YouTube. And of course, if you guys are all watching along, share along in the chat. We'll see if we can get a podium before the year's out. What do you reckon? And it'll be ours. It'll be like a shared trophy between me and you personally. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next month, say the next 4 to 6 weeks. We really focus on some long endurance rides, get the heart nice and strong, And then we'll also jump onto one of the Zwift training plans. Might just do some individual workouts. Some underovers, 30s, VO2, VO2 max. They're the workouts you want. Some real bang for your bucks. And then we'll race. Chase me. So I'm glad that we've did all of the climbing. It's just pretty much flat, maybe a few rolling hills on the way in. 3.5 kilometers left to go. That's like 2 miles. I might to fire off this Powerup, I don't think I'm going to be able to use it otherwise. Can I jump a draft with him? Not really. I don't need it, do I? Isn't it amazing though, when you come to the end of a ride, you get this energy boost. You're like, yeah, there's like 3 kilometers left, and crying and moaning earlier up the hill, all of a sudden, adrenaline flows, lungs are open, legs have finally had that recovery I was craving for. It's like the second wind. Whew. So 2.5 kilometers left to go. What do I summarise? Timbers and Towers as a route. Tour de Zwift 2025. But I have ridden this route many times before, whether it be Tour de Zwift, some group rides with the pace partner, the Robo Pacers, a couple of races as well. So to do like around about 320 metres of elevation across 33 kilometres isn't a great deal of climbing. It's pretty much packed into 2 main climbs. One about the first 5 or 10 minutes in, the next one at about 40 minutes in or so. So chance for a decent warm-up before you have to do the effort. A little taste of things to come with the earlier climb. Fuel well because you're going to be here for just over an hour. So fuel before. Maybe have some inter-workout in your water. Hydration. Hold yourself water with some squash. A few teaspoons of sugar for some energy. And yeah, and the best thing about it is after you've done the last climb, I wouldn't necessarily say swap bikes in between. I'd probably just go all out with grab a bike as your first choice when you first start. That's going to do you well when you start off in the city. Then when you come to hitting the off-road like here now, mountain bike or gravel bike is best, but mountain bike not so much so on the roads. It's probably 35% tarmac. The rest is this sort of road, so my choice would be gravel bike. Last mile. If you do get a feather Powerup, I'd definitely save it for the hills. And remember that the last 10 or so kilometers is pretty much going to be downhill. So you can take it easy, you can recover, and if you feel that you've got the energy to just full steam ahead all the way, well, the choice is yours. I like this feature. It's like we're entering the old town, traditional in the country, tunneling through into the modern city. It's almost like you've ever seen what's that film with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Total Recall, and they're tunneling through. We're off to the last resort. Melina! It's my Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. So the last kilometre, here we go. We are back in the Okio. There's Tesco's ahead. It was blue and red for a moment, looked like Tesco's. Japanese Tesco's. So you can guess the calories that I would have burnt in just under 1 hour and 20 minutes. If you'd like to guess the total calories, maybe I'll tell you at the end, or maybe tune into the next video and you can find out there. It's like a cliffhanger. Last week on the BBC. I will give you 3 choices to choose from. Here we go. 300 meters. 200 meters coming up. Oh, picked him on the line. 11.37. Woo, woo. Whew. Okay, so I've definitely earned my bath relaxation. But it's important when you finish, don't just jump straight off. Try and spin your legs for at least another 5 minutes, nice and light. It's going to give you an opportunity to work off some of that lactate that is built up on the muscles, and it will be for an easier recovery. I'll do a light ride tomorrow, zone 2, just to spin the legs. It might only be a half-hour ride, but I'll be looking to get myself prepared and warmed up for Thursday's ride. It's the longer of the ride, so there's going to be a lot of work to do. I think it's 50 kilometers or maybe 40 odd kilometers. Let's have a look, see if I can see. So Thursday's ride is going to be, so stage 2 is hilly, roll through Zwift's best hill stages 2, brings gentle climbs and easygoing drops, making it all about finding your rhythm on these playful rollers. It's a ride to keep you moving and smiling. So the long one is in Utopia and it's the Snowman. Distance is 44 kilometers or 27.3 miles. There's 578 meters of elevation, so it's like going up half an Alp de Zwift. That's 1,896 feet. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one, but as I say, it's the hills is where you make your gains. If you like what you see, please give it a like. If you like it a bit more, subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. I make lots of videos. Some I think are funny, you might not, but check them out and then let me know in the comments. Some educational, whether that be tips on cycling, road safety, some bike maintenance, how to change pedals, how to take pedals off. I also show off my Zwift and my streaming setup and the occasional workout video. If there's anything you'd like to know, you can always ask me in any of my live streams or post a message in the chat, or you can find me on the usual social media links. I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. I'm getting fit in 2025 and you're joining me, so thank you. And I will see you again soon. Right, it's time to spin these legs out. Thank you, people. Thank you. Right, I'm gonna end this stream and I'll keep cycling and I will see you on Thursday. Thanks for watching. Can't get my keyboard working now. Come on, keyboard. Come on. Adios.